What up, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. Today, we're going to talk about this whole Charlamagne versus academics and all of this. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro. At first I was excited, when Charlamagne and DJ Academics announced that they will have a sit-down interview and they were gonna hash things out and talk about everything. First, I was excited, but then the thing dropped. I could barely watch. It was a hard watch for me personally, in my opinion. It had some good moments. Honestly, bro, I thought Academics was gonna do better. Honestly, bro, I was expecting a Sneeko versus. Okay, I wasn't expecting a Sneeko because Charlemagne the God is okay, not the God. I hate calling people the God, like Six God, Charlemagne. Charlemagne is someone who is a very seasoned interviewer, a very seasoned media personality. So I don't think I don't think DJ Academics, honestly, real honest with you guys, I don't think DJ Academics was gonna do too much. Okay. I don't think he was gonna do too much. Um, it felt like a trial, you know. It felt like he was like prosecuting Charlemagne. But yeah, pretty much, man. Without any further ado, man, let's get right into it. Make sure y'all leave a like. It helps with the algorithm. And make sure you subscribe to the GTV network. All right, let's get it. All right, so let's check out this clip here. It says Academics confronted Charlemagne over working with Rock Nation and being business partners with Jay-Z in a casino venture, calling him a hypocrite for criticizing Drake himself and others over their online casino deals. So, give a little context to this. A couple of years ago, I guess Charlemagne had this casino that he was promoting on the radio. And on the radio, if you're going to promote something of this size or something, you kind of have to say, hey, by the way, I have interest in that, you know. I have interest in that because I'm part of it basically. So at first I was looking at this, I was like, yo, does Ak have a point here, you know? Should he disclose it? Did he disclose it? Apparently, like he disclosed it. Apparently Charlemagne disclosed it. Or it was already like information, like he was literally debating people at town hall and things like this. So, was it a big secret? Probably not. And in the interview, I don't see exactly where, like, Academics should have asked, yo, did you disclose that? When, I don't think he asked that question straight up. But let's check out this clip.
I heard you say you said you think I work for Rock Nation, right?
You about to do the word, the kind of like
Well, affiliation or whatever.
You got affiliation with
They're
them.
my peoples. That's a fact. I've always said.
You have a badge.
By the way, you know that I'm wearing this. This is going right back to right now.
Yo,
every time you talk, it's going right.
Desiree's listening somewhere,
Right
or
now.
she's like, this is probably a hidden stream. Charla,
But no, I always say, you've heard me say this for years. My 4 entertainment idols in entertainment: Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather; Arsenio Hall, who I just published his book, his memoir on my Black Privilege Publishing
my
imprint.
man with that promo. Charla,
Petey Green,
okay,
legendary radio personality, and Jay-Z. That's no secret. I've always said that my whole career.
yeah, but I'm gonna tell you why that's facetious, and that's why I wear the chain. Because I'm a huge fan of Drake before I had the chain and after I got the chain. Drake has never given me $1. Okay, yeah, he sent transportation for me to come film something for his rollout. He's never gifted me like, yo, here's some money. Let me put you on paper. No, hold on. So
This is where I feel like Academics kind of messed up. Right? This point right here, I feel like he messed up. He's over there saying, yo, Drake ain't never give me $1. Yo, Drake this, Drake that. And Charlemagne here, he only replies with 3-word answers. And then Akademiks has to go back in a long tangent. You can see right here, this is kind of where he fucks up.
But no, that's here's some money. Let me put you on paper. No, hold on. So, but no, that's very different. I have zero business interest. Like Drake's not hitting me like, Act, let's go half in on this business venture. You're.
But if he did, you would. Why wouldn't you? If he called
Boom.
you right now, like,
Boom, right here. If he did, you would. If he did, you would. Right there, bro. He got you.
him and I just saw him and who's Aiden just did what they got together. It's something. Or he just invested in one of Aiden's companies.
Yeah, probably,
if he did that, if he called you and did that, you would. Why?
So what he's talking about here is this. Drake buys into Aiden Ross's brand risk promotion as part owner. So I think Aiden Ross is the one that kind of said that. He's like, yeah, Drake is tapping in, he's investing into brand risk. So you got him with that right there, man. He got him.
Why wouldn't you?
But I would say it.
Who said I didn't say it? You said.
You never said it.
Yo,
Charla.
you said verbatim.
You're doing a sleight of hand here. Everybody knows.
You said verbatim. You said Wayno exposed something. No, Wayno was correcting you. Because you said out of your own mouth, I saw Charlamagne advocating for Jay-Z's casino.
He was still wrong.
How was he wrong?
He said Charlamagne wasn't there on behalf of Jay-Z. Charlamagne was there on behalf of himself because he has some financial stake in the casino. Here's the thing. Bro, we looked at the what was submitted to New York State. You're not listed as some like single soul entity that is an independent person. You're listed.
Let's see what Wayno dropped a video today and he talked about this whole thing. And he was kind of cheesed though. I ain't gonna lie, he was pissed. When Wayno makes his videos, I feel like Wayno he's always this serious guy. So for context, Wayno is this he's super friendly, he's super good with Rock Nation. I think he used to work there too. And yeah, pretty much, man. Let's see what he says about this whole thing.
Versions, but through these clips, we'll talk through them. Let's watch one right now.
This right? I heard you say you said you think I work for Rock Nation, right?
You might be work the kind of like
affiliation or whatever.
You got affiliation with
my people. That's a fact. I've always said. By the way, you know that. I'm winning this. This is going right back to right now.
Based on their affiliations and who they support and why they support who they support. Now, the only problem that I've ever had with, like, even Act with the shit with the Drake and all of that, cool, that's one of his favorite artists. I'm not disputing that. But it's crazy how you can support your favorite artist based on your love for their music, right? Because you don't know him personally, you met him one time or whatever. But then when other people support people based on their relationships with them, they're wrong, or they're being paid, and that's an allegation that's not gonna go anywhere. Everybody's gonna believe, yo, y'all niggas is getting paid by Rock Nation to spread these certain type of talking points, and they give the same shit to y'all. And that's why I say it's easy. It's extremely easy.
Not gonna lie, my boy Wayno is making sense here. You know what I'm saying? He's making sense here. Like I said, I'm obviously on the academic side. I don't consider myself a chat ninja, but let's say I watch more of that side than the other side. Okay, just disclosing this, but I'm siding with Wayno here. But let's check out what he says about because Akademiks was saying Wayno was wrong about something. Wayno was wrong about Charlamagne going there on his own account. Charlamagne went there under Rock Nation. So let's see what he got to say about that.
But that's not a marching order. See, that's the thing. When it's other people, it's marching orders and it's talking points. When it's y'all just vibing and shit. Y'all just all on the same time. That's the part that's confusing. But now we get to what Wayno exposed part and how Akademiks feels I was wrong. What the fuck was I wrong at for letting y'all know why he was there on the behalf of himself?
On behalf of Jay-Z, Charlamagne was there on behalf of himself because he has some financial stake in the casino. Here's the thing. Bro, we looked at the what was submitted to New York State. You're not listed as some like single soul entity that is an independent person. You're listed under Rock Nation. So you're there. So
I'm not gonna lie, bro. it's kind of stupid now that I'm really looking at this. This whole debate was kind of stupid. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Y'all let me know how you guys feel about this. One in the chat if you think this whole debate was kind of stupid. Like it was a 2.5 hour conversation, almost 3. I was excited for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, yo, I wasn't excited. I was excited for it. But then when I actually watched the beginning, straight from the back, it was, oh, Rock Nation, oh, Jay-Z, oh, Drake, oh, right from the back. And also, we're gonna talk about those allegations with Charlamagne, because Charlamagne was saying that he basically put up an AI website and he was like quoting from there, and a lot of people are, getting at him for that. We're gonna check that out. But yeah, now let's focus on this part of the video where basically he's saying that Charlamagne wasn't his own entity. He was under the Rock Nation umbrella.
What he's saying is wrong. You might be there because you have business interests in that casino, but you're under the Rock Nation umbrella.
Yeah, because there's 4 entities that were vying for the bid for the casino in Times Square. You had SL Green, which is a real estate company.
Yeah.
Because they own the building, right? The building that the casino was going to be in, which was, I think, 1540 Times Square. You had Caesars. You had Live Nation, and you had Rock Nation. Anytime you're getting involved in a multi-billion-dollar potential bid, you're going to have to come in with somebody. But like, that's just a fact. Even when I saw you reading the names, I'm like, you think everybody that's under that Caesars thing works?
You see how easy it was to get people to believe that? And then when he breaks it down from his perspective, Charlamagne, it's like, oh. But then it's still this gotcha moment. Like, how is it a gotcha moment, bro? How is it a gotcha moment? If you had the opportunity to be involved, right, with a large portion of a business, we all know that 100% of 0 is still 0. So why niggas is trying to always keep, yo, my business is mine, I own it 100%, and it ain't making no money? To have 10% of a watermelon, you know what I mean, of a watermelon that's selling is way better than 100% of a fucking grape. You feel me? Now, as I watch this, and as these brothers go back and forth, you know what I mean? Because I would like to call them brothers. Like even regardless of how I felt that there may have been some little slick shit said, I would like to consider both of these brothers because I have respect for them. As this goes on, when we're talking about a lot of these people that we work with, it's based on their character. But let's listen to more of Charlamagne act.
For Caesars, you think everybody under SL Green works for SL Green?
No.
But you can look under the Rock Nation thing and see that everybody that's under Rock Nation don't work for Rock Nation.
Yeah, but they have that affiliation. There's nothing wrong with.
And y'all said I didn't disclose it, but you were reading the disclosure form.
We had to go to a site to go. Charlotte,
it's public record.
Pull at this.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll check out the FCC regulation because he was on a radio super advocating for it. And in the clips and the stuff that I heard, it didn't seem like he was telling people like, yo, by the way, I don't know, like you're supposed to say it's an ad every time. But I think there's also some FCC violation on both sides. I ain't gonna lie. There's payola everywhere.
At town hall meetings, advocating for this casino. I'm in the middle of
You advocated, but you never said, I'm doing this because I'm business-wise aligned for this casino. And also, you know why it's a got you too? It's only a got because I know you're gonna do the I kind of said it like nobody's gonna find that disclosure. Like, come on, bro.
It was already public record. But the barbs have been circulating that forever.
But no one was gonna really like find that and really connect it. It's about really the hypocrisy because
tell me why it's hypocritical.
Yeah, because if you're gonna talk about whether it's crypto,
see next they start getting into the crypto conversation and all of that, and this is where I just want to say it got to be equal opportunity for niggas, because if you're gonna say on one foot that people based on their affiliations, right, and of course this looks like the defense of Rock Nation and Charlamagne and all that. It's just the defense of myself. But if you're gonna say that people are this way based on their affiliation, then be that way all around the fucking board, bro. But see, even with Grand Wizard, after Charlamagne said his name or whatever the case may be, he went on a public tirade of saying and posting all this crazy shit about Charlamagne. And keep in mind, he uses Act's likeness. So it looks as if anything that he's saying is something you co-signing, and that's where the bullshit comes in, right? Like
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It is kind of crazy, all right? It is kind of crazy to have a whole other person in a whole other country repping the DJ Academics brand. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this whole time, okay, not this whole time. For the longest time, I thought that the Academics TV, I thought that was DJ Academics. I really thought that was DJ Academics for some reason. Let me see if I can find it. I thought this page right there, I thought that was the Academics TV. And even it has a gold verified. Oh. Oh. Okay. When they say Academics TV is the king of clipping or clippers, yeah. They are the king of clippers. That is crazy. It makes sense now. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So for those who don't know, what is clipping? You see when you see like some influencer, let's say Clavicular. Okay? You might not know who Clavicular is, but you definitely seen his clip, right? So they have this clipping stuff, right? So it's basically a program where they pay people to post whatever you want. All right. So let's say I'm a streamer. Let's say I'm a streamer. I want the GTV network to go to the next level. I can start a campaign, and basically I'm gonna have fall. Okay, so yeah, I've clipped before, so you guys can see the campaign I was involved in before, in the past. For example, okay. For example, let's go through all of them, not the one that I'm currently in. So, for example, let's say Future. Future has a campaign right now, all right? I'm pretty sure this is public information. It's nothing that's like, like it's not like it's hidden, right? So, boom. They're gonna give me a list of stuff that I need to post. See here, they give you a whole Google Drive. I know I'm going on a tangent here, but I want to talk about clipping. So, this is the content that they downloaded that they want the clippers to post, and then they pay you like $1 per thousand views. I'm not gonna lie, it is extremely generous.
Anyways, though, 2018.
So Future got a clipping campaign. That means he had to go there. Let me show you guys how much it costs to really start a campaign, right? To start a campaign, you go there. Boom. Wait, where is it? Hold on, chat. No, that's start clipping. Start a campaign. I think it's like $5,000. See, there you go. Minimum 5K. So you take that 5K, you give it to them, you give them a timeline, you give the type of content that you make, and then boom. Everyone's going to see you everywhere. Like literally, you're going to have big pages depending on how much you're paying. Okay? Depending on how much you're paying. See, it even has, you have to put logos. They have like requirements. So depending on how much you're paying and the requirements and the minimum, you will get bread for every 1,000 views. And there's also a threshold. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Okay? And now let's go back to topic. It is kind of crazy to have a whole other person rep the Academics. Literally, like that's deep. Like if you don't know, like someone like me, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna say it again. I did not know that Academics TV was this Asian man from Australia. I really thought that was DJ Academics or someone affiliated to him, like of course George the guy who runs this page is affiliated to Ak. But like, I mean, I thought it was Ak's page, and he's letting someone use his page and like letting other people post on his page. But I guess that's not the case. That's someone who started this as a fan page or something, and then became part of, you know, Ak's circle. I don't know the history between Akademiks TV and DJ Akademiks, but as you guys can see, they're the king of clips, king of clipping. So basically, they're getting paid for all the posts here. Getting paid, and there's a Daphne Joy. Well, because Ak is in it, but Daphne Joy has also a clipping campaign. She recently started one. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to have someone rep the whole Akademiks logo and everything, bro. To me, that's kind of crazy.
I ain't mad. Like with the clips of me, they just frowned it up my face and changed my voice and all that and started calling me Waymo. All right, cool. Cool. But then I started seeing searches under my name when I went on Google, right? I started seeing searches under my name that was like stuff personal to my life. And I'm like, are y'all niggas trying to find something? See, the thing about your life is that you can only fuck with a person's life when they're ashamed of it. When a person is ashamed of who they are and where they come from and who they represent or who they have in their...
So yeah, that's the whole clipping, you know, shit. Let's see what's going on in the comments, all right? Let's see how people are feeling in the Wayno comments. Someone says, your Ak is going Jaguar right himself. Shout out to Ak not knowing what facetious mean. I don't know what that means either. It was good to see Ak spending time with his dad. Facts. Charlamagne's low broad Ak because low broad. Oh shit, I said broad. Low broad Ak because Ak clearly sounded silly and ill-informed. You can't expose a public disclosure form. Mike Tyson said it best. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face. I'm not gonna lie. I completely agree. You know, even for myself. DJ Akademiks need to detox from social media in that bottle. 3-hour conversation is crazy. It is crazy. Ak used to scream at his desktop in his basement. He talks to internet idiot who religiously follows rumors from people who do 100 interviews a month trying to make you believe lies. So yeah, people from Wayno's comment don't really like what Ak is saying. Let's continue with this clip and then we're gonna check the comments on X. Shout out to Wayno.
Under Rock Nation.
Because
so you're there. So what he's saying is wrong. You might be there because you have business interests in that casino, but you're under the Rock Nation umbrella.
Yeah, because there's 4 entities that were vying for the bid for the casino in Times Square. You had SL Green, which is Square.
We already talked about this.
Caesars. Even when I saw you reading the names, I'm like, you think everybody that's under that Caesars thing works for Caesars? You think everybody under SL Green works for SL Green?
No.
But you can look under the Rock Nation thing and see that everybody that's under Rock Nation don't work for Rock Nation.
Yeah, but they have that affiliation. There's nothing wrong with...
Yo, do you guys think Akademiks did something in this conversation? Be honest with me, chat. 1 in the chat if you think Akademiks won. 2 in the chat if you think that he just lost the plot. Let's check out a reaction from a fellow chat ninja, okay? This guy's name is Drake5. No way, that's his ad. So Drake5 posted this. I guess that's him. Drake5. As a chat ninja, I think Ak lost this debate. At best, it was stalemate. Here is why. Okay, let's
So I think Ak lost this debate, and I'm going to list a couple of reasons why, and I don't think he should have did this debate in the first place. Reason number 1, and first and foremost for me, shit was too buddy-buddy. If it's wartime, it got to be wartime. If we going to come here to play and key and act like this shit ain't really that serious, then cool.
See, that's one thing I wanted Ak to talk about. Okay, since Akademiks TV was posting a whole lot of allegations with Charlamagne and the young person that he did something crazy to allegedly. He didn't catch the charge for this, but he caught a charge for something else, kind of less of the crime. I wanted him to bring that up to his face, to be honest. He didn't.
Y'all have that conversation in private and piece it up. You know what I'm saying? But I feel a little bit let down and disappointed that we were going to have, you know, a more hard-hitting interview, and we just didn't get that. Second point is Charlamagne is just way more media trained. That 20 years of being on radio really showed, okay? Being that he came up in an untraditional manner, you can tell that he's lacking that polished media training, that skirting around the truth, skirting around answering questions. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about my friends, my close friends, these people that I work with and affiliate with. I don't know anything. He doesn't know how to properly combat that, which also leads.
Which I completely agree. I agree with this right there. He doesn't know how to combat that.
Into three. The third reason being that he was ill prepared. He just didn't seem like he was prepared enough to even really tackle the points and his claims the way he needed to. I feel like he wasn't prepared to rebuttal when Charlamagne said, oh, well, this is not true, or, well, this is what I did. You weren't prepared to rebuttal. Maybe Ak needs to sit down and have a team and, you know, really do his research before coming in to a debate like this, which leads into number 4. Ak got to play his cards closer to the chest. I feel like when Charlamagne said, yo, bro, you sound manic, he did.
Okay, let's check out this clip here. Someone said, Charlamagne the God. Okay, not this one. Someone says Charlamagne is full of shh. Watch Ak walk him down.
Okay, well,
I was there.
Walk into the NFL offices and you just met with Colin Kaepernick and you snake him and you basically say, hey, listen.
You didn't snake him.
Okay, well,
I was there.
His wife begs to differ, and
I was there.
You were there.
I was there.
Okay, all right.
You didn't see the video? I'm in the room.
There's actually a clip. I remember seeing this clip. Someone pieced it up. And it's basically Charlamagne saying that he should, like, Kaepernick should get his job back, or, you know, should be on another team or some shit like this. They even got him a tryout. So Ak wasn't prepared, to be honest.
Come on in.
No, it's public. I was in the room.
Yeah, but I'm pretty. Other conversations happened before that.
I was around for a lot of conversations
that were private.
Yes, even some private ones.
So you work for them then?
No.
How do you? It's not like you're saying.
You do know me and Nessa and Colin were like this at one point.
Okay, so it's their fault.
All I'm simply saying is,
Charlotte, you can't DJ Khaled this one. You got to pick it.
I'm saying
they've been vocal this week too.
Yes, and if you ask me, Jay-Z didn't snake them. That's my personal.
So they're
opinion.
idiots.
What? Who said that?
Well, they feel the exact opposite. So it's either they didn't do something. There's no way nobody's at fault.
Everybody can have a perspective. And when you're dealing with a lot of different personalities and a lot of different people and everybody seeing things different ways, there's a lot of different perspectives. From my POV of that situation, he didn't get snaked at all, in no way, shape, or form.
Okay.
And I don't even want to get into that because this isn't a conversation about Colin. Because regardless of how me and Colin are now, I have always had much respect for Colin.
So I seen this tweet. Shout out to Keepsake Solid. He posted here. Make sure you guys can see. Colin Kaepernick is paying for the autopsy of Nolan Wells. Meanwhile, Jay-Z is dissing Colin Kaepernick at his show for settling with the NFL after Jay-Z himself assisted in derailing Colin's social justice movement, is tone deaf and simultaneously on brand for him. Can't make this shit up. Apparently he was dissing Colin or some shit. But yo, hey, honestly, I kind of really didn't understand this part of the discussion, this whole Jay-Z Kaepernick or some shit, because apparently Jay-Z told he was trying to get the NFL to kind of stand down on some next racial justice warrior movement that was going on. Something about kneeling down. Do you guys think that Jay-Z or Rock Nation or Jay-Z or Charlamagne, do you think that they snake Kaepernick? Later on, we're also gonna do a recap on this whole Yankee Stadium. I got some shit to say still. That whole Yankee Stadium thing. It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. But yeah. So this is another clip here. Someone says, it's funny watching academics trying to catch Charlamagne potentially saying something defamatory as he hasn't been in the media. Yo, Rock Boy Ninja, what are you saying, broski? Yo, big up Rock Boy in the chat. Big boy Rock Boy in the chat. It is funny watching academics trying to catch Charlamagne potentially saying something defamatory. Oh yeah, how is it weird? My bad. I almost didn't fucking answer your chat. How is it weird? I don't know, man. Some off about it, you know? I'm not no Jay-Z hater or whatever. It was just odd how, like, I don't know. Some was just weird about it. But that's a fight that happened over there. Do your homework before you speak on real hip hop. All right. I'm talking about this whole thing right here. I'm talking about a crowd. This guy's talking about real hip hop. Anyways, someone says here, it's funny watching Act trying to catch Charlamagne potentially saying something crazy as if he hasn't been media trained for almost 30 years.
What they got going on.
Okay, Rock Boy, what do you think about this conversation between Charla and Akademiks? Personally, like I said before, man, I think Akademiks went there unprepared. I feel like Akademiks was trying to, you know, prosecute Charlamagne, and every time Charlamagne kind of put Ak in his place. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think a lot of people are trying to say Ak won. You know, the chat ninjas trying to say Ak won. The only thing kind of crazy is the AI website. Other than that, I feel like Charla won still. But y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think about this.
You can be using these clippers to push your narratives. You can be using these clippers to promote your songs. But these clippers might also be
Charlie,
involved in some other shit. No, I'm not.
No. Charlie, what I'm saying to you, everything you're reading that this guy is writing, that
Those guys are debating about nothing. That's exactly how I felt, bro. When this first came out, bro, I was watching the live stream. I was like, not the live stream, but the premiere. I was like, what the, bro, 3 hours of this?
came from these civil suits, I want to address it. It is false. Like,
do you think? So you're asking?
There is
do I
no
think Drake would be doing this? My
Drake
answer
is not doing it.
Okay.
Republic Records, which is his label, ain't doing it.
Wait, hold on.
what they got going on. You can be using these clippers to push your narratives. You can be using these clippers to promote your songs. But these clippers might also be
Charlie,
involved in some other shit. No, I'm not.
No. Charlie, what I'm saying to you, everything you're reading that this guy is writing that came from these civil suits, I want to address it. It is false. Like,
do you think? So you're asking?
There is
do I
no
think Drake would be doing this? My
Drake
answer
is not doing it.
Okay.
Republic Records, which is his label, ain't doing it.
That's a lie.
Republic Records is botting Drake's music through Stake, because that's what it alleges.
I don't know. I'm
No,
saying,
you
when
said it was a good article.
When it comes to using the clippers to push narratives,
Okay,
and make
I'm not gonna lie. Charlotte's speaking facts right there. Because look. Okay. Look at this clip. We're gonna look at the Iceman clipping campaign, all right? Act D writes Drake. Lesser charge D ride J. But where's the Iceman campaign? Look at this Iceman campaign here, right? So Iceman campaign. When he's talking about pushing narratives and shit, the label, I don't know. I don't know if it's a label doing this or is that Drake. But he's speaking facts right here. Charla kind of got him. Charla got him right here. So look how many. And there's like your specific content you gotta post, right? So this is streamer reaction. You know what's jokes? Even I seen some Toronto streamers in there. Shout out MT, shout out Denny and all these guys. So this is like streamer reaction. These are specific reaction, specific channels that they want mans to react to or blast on the internet. Janice SDS, shut the F up. So you guys seen when this was going viral. Yo, shout out the steady mobbing. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Big up the steady mobbing. Where's my claps? So we got two big names here. We got Rock Boy and Steady Mobbing. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. So yeah, this is the Janice. Like a lot of the things you see online, like they're fabricated. Unless you got a perfect moment to generate something so genuine. Like it's you have to have a perfect moment. Nowadays, bro, every trend you see, everything's you see is just fake. It's clippers pushing it. What happened today? So today we're just talking about this Akademiks and Charlamagne interview. 3-hour interview of literally nothing. Just a lot of accusation. Oh, you Drake this and no. And the other guy's like, yo, you Rock Nation this and that, nah. Desiree Perez. And it's just like a bunch of nothing. And yeah, a whole lot of nothing, honestly. But now I think they're talking about the clipping side of it, pushing narratives. And Charlamagne is like, yo, when Drake wants a narrative or something to be pushed, they're using the clippers for it. And Charla is right about this. So this is the Janice stuff.
Hey Drake, it's Janice.
So how was y'all time in there?
Amazing.
Ooh.
So this is like a Google Drive they give out to the clippers to post this. So like to get paid, you have to use specifically this content that they provide to you. You need to like just paint Drake in a good light,
Did y'all win anything?
No.
So this is the Janice event. I was gonna interview one of the Janices, but I can't lie, I kind of flopped on that. My bad, Janice. I will hit you back, but it probably won't make sense. And lateral. This is nothing new. Yeah, I know it's nothing new. But like, it's just regular shit, So the debate, this debate here, I don't know, man.
Drake, here's how they gonna come at you with silly rap views trying to get mad that the fans is attacking the main character over a song that you gave the Super Bowl platform.
So yeah, this is why certain narratives go viral. This is why Akademiks has a big voice, to be honest. If it wasn't for the Clippers, bro, Ak is a very, he's the guy, right? But if it wasn't for the Clippers, he wouldn't be where he's at, Shout out to Kick. Shout out to Clipping XE. Shout out to Akademiks TV. Is it where else?
And y'all said I didn't disclose it, but you read.
No, that's not the clip.
I've ever said I love you, like I've said, Vanessa. Make yourself look larger than life.
Okay, so we're going off the article that you said your man Dalton. You said it was a good article.
When it comes to using the Clippers to push narratives,
okay,
and make yourself look larger than life.
Okay, so we're going off the article that you said your man Dalton did, right? And I'm saying that
he mentioned a bunch of different things Clippers are doing, not just the streaming.
But let's talk about the illegal ones because I just mentioned legal ones. The future shit's legal.
Okay,
that's legal. You're saying, well, what about this illegal stuff? Okay, so let's talk about what could be illegal, right? Yes, theoretically, it could be illegal if there is money being transferred, sent back and forth through countries
especially
to bot streams.
Especially if it's crypto.
Yeah, but crypto is not a crime. Do you have cryptocurrency?
No. If you're not reporting,
that's why you think that.
If you're not if you're not reporting it in Australia,
how would you know?
If you're doing it through tipping features,
how would you know what he's reporting?
So this whole tipping thing, I feel like it's just a way to try to get an act in Drake. I personally don't see or don't like. I don't think Drake Drake hasn't lost a lot of freaking views. There's artists that have lost a lot of views. What's your name? Doechii. Lost like over. Doechii experienced a significant drop in Spotify monthly listeners after a massive platform bot sweep. Doechii's losing a lot of stream. I think even what's her name? Lotto botted streams. Lotto lost like her album is basically like if she had 100 views, she basically lost like 45 to 50% of her views. Where is it? No, not even. She lost 900,000. Right there. Lotto's Big Mama reportedly loses 90,000 streams following Spotify bot purge. Rapper Lotto Big Mama. So I don't know. I feel like if Drake, like, there's other ways to bot your shit, and I don't think they're gonna use this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're gonna use clippers to bot pages. I mean, to bot their music. I feel like it's just a way to get at Drake, because Drake is super getting at them for the botting. But yeah, yo, since I'm not, part of real hip hop, I'm not even part of hip hop, to be honest with you guys. I just like to, dabble with hip hop. Y'all let me know how you guys feel about this whole Jay-Z, the amazing Yankee Stadium show that, Jay-Z had. But I want to talk about the fake, the what's it called? The AI website that Charla was quoting. Because Charlamagne was on the thing. He was like, yo, he was reading from this article. He was like, yo, you can cut this if you want me to. But the website he was quoting literally has AI writers. It's like a AI news media. It was kind of crazy. Someone says this was crazy when Act in the Chat Ninjas exposed this lie live on stream. All you blogs said it wasn't sold out. Man said you blogs. The only thing I kind of said, I think I said it on. Did I even say that on stream? Yeah, I think I said that on stream still. I said they just dropped the prices. Maybe it's just me, but Underground, your big up Bumbleclot, doesn't have the same passion anymore. Oh, what do you mean, Bumbleclot? What do you mean, Bumbleclot? Bumbleclot. Maybe it's because you're around Guts. Yeah, after I lost my answer, I was super cheesed though. Rockboy Ninja said they didn't drop the price. What? The New York Times. I'm pretty sure the New York Times reposted this. New York. No, not New York Times. The New York Post. New York Post definitely posted this. Jay-Z show tickets. So yeah, I honestly, like, yo, Jay-Z is gonna sold out regardless. Like, it's Hove, it's Jehovah. Come on now, Jay-Z's gonna, he's gonna sell out regardless. So he said, but I did report on this. I wasn't like, oh, it's not sold out. I didn't say like, resellers. So it says here, ticket prices are dropping fast for Jay-Z's Yankee Stadium concert. Back then, the cheapest ticket we could find for any of these was $310, including fees on SeatGeek. Now they're down to $183, including fees. For those without a calculator, that's a cool 170 $127 in savings. So yeah, but obviously that like that was a super packed show, especially in that Yankee Stadium. The only thing I found odd, I did found this weird. You know what I'm saying? But apparently there was a 3-hour delay. Oh my God. Yeah. I would have been cheesed though. I would have been cheesed. There's someone he was like, yo, I went in there for 10 minutes, bro. I just left. I had shit to do. He couldn't watch the whole thing. I would have been cheesed, bro. I would have been cheesed. Let me see if I can find that clip. There was an auntie reacting to this whole thing. Let me see if I can find it. Where is auntie? So this is a clip. This is a clip of Charlamagne winning outside. He couldn't get in. What's funny, he was telling like, oh, yo, I'll get you tickets here. Let's go. Look at Charla. That would have been a great time to network still outside of that stadium. That would have been a great, great, great time to network. Someone says, Rockboy says here, resellers dropping tickets, price not the same. Yeah. How do you feel about this new Ontario law where you can't resell your tickets anymore? Bumbleclaw says Gutsy isn't as motivating to be around. Honestly, Gutsy he's been very supportive. You know, he's been motivating the Mandem. You know, he's been doing it. You know, he's been supporting the Mandem behind the scenes. I can't really say he's not motivating. You know, sometimes he pushes me. We motivate each other. But here, street side reaction to Jay-Z's delayed show. This guy was cheating.
Outside, 15,000 people outside.
Hey y'all, here's a live update from Yankee Stadium. As you can hear, the concert has started, but there are still hundreds of people. Yes,
I'm leaving.
Tell me why you're leaving early.
So it's not early because I was here for 2 hours, 3 hours. It's 12 o'clock at night. It's supposed to finish now. I gotta do some stuff in the house, you know. I saw him 10 minutes. It was a good experience, but it was like a movie outside. 15,000 people outside. It was all right, but you know, gotta go home. That's it. Bye bye.
You gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here. You heard it from that gentleman. He has to go home. He got in. He was in there for 10 hours.
I like this auntie still. She's pretty cool. She covered some of the stuff. Let me see what she's been posting. She had more content.
Night 3 Jay-Z concert goers cannot get in. I'm reporting live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. They have locked the gates. There are tens of thousands of people outside. Night 3 Jay-Z concert.
Gee. Imagine this scene in Toronto. That would have been epic still. Imagine this scene in Toronto. That would be epic. My Netflix documentary surviving the Yankee Stadium.
Bronx from Yankee Stadium, and people inside were saying that they received an update, an announcement that Jay-Z wanted to make sure everybody was safe. I am hearing music from inside. There's the crowd. It has.
was like a movie.
So I'm back with another update from the Jay-Z concert night 3. These are the people who caused the gate breach that ruined everybody's night and caused a 4-hour delay. Let's get into it. This guy in the black jacket, have no idea what he's doing. He's not even wearing a shirt. We need to identify him and charge him with something maybe. The guy in the blue, the worker, the staff member, he's doing his best. He's really trying, but it's like he's learning a new cha-cha slide dance or something. Now, I was there all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nah. Random will never say Jay-Z's not relevant. If Jay-Z wasn't relevant, Jay-Z, okay, that's Keep Six. Keep Six. I know Keep Six. He has his propaganda that he has to run. You know what I'm saying? Big up to him because, he believes in something and he stands on it. But yeah, no, you can't really say Jay-Z's not relevant. Jay-Z's always going to be relevant. I don't see a lifetime where Jay-Z's not relevant. El Matino says, rest in peace to the salsa victims. I was going to make another live stream after this one, after I end this convo. I was going to start a whole complete different live stream about this. They did reveal the victims. Rest in peace. It's a very sad situation. Very sad situation. Shout out El Matino in the chat.
Attended the Saturday night show.
Yeah, like I said, I don't see a lifetime where Jay-Z's not relevant. I feel like in our lifetime, Jay-Z is always going to be relevant.
There were some isolated incidents that we did hear about later, but nothing to this effect. We ended up leaving the premises about 1 a.m. and there was still people outside every gate trying to get in. The show had started and they were still trying to get in. Some people had left. I really feel sorry for those people because, like myself, there were a ton of people coming from out of town. They have flights in the morning, jobs in the morning. A lot of these people will not get a refund. In fact, we ran into someone who said that unless the concert was canceled, there would be no refunds. Let me know in the comment section if you were impacted. So I'm back with another.
So, the refund part is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. The show went on. Let's check out some Akademiks propaganda here. Akademiks said getting draked is hip-hop's newest term alongside ethered. No. What do you mean getting draked? Getting draked. Now he argues Drake has earned his own term, saying artists are now getting draked whenever he steals a song with a feature. Okay, yeah.
Now, if you guys don't know this song historically, people used to say "get renegated," which there was this idea that the way how Eminem cooked on the track, he outshined Jay-Z. I kind of beg to differ. I don't think Jay-Z was that bad on the track compared to M. I know, get it, it's M and obviously Jay's J, but people used to use that as a term. Like ethered is a term. Like they used to be renegated, right? Which means you got your track completely stuck.
Yo, I did not know that. Still, I'm just learning of this. I know ethered, but renegade.
Oh, I think at this point we could say draked, right? Because when Drake gets on your track, he steals the track too. So that was the thought for this track, but it was Eminem's part. So I want to watch how people react to like Eminem's.
So this guy is reacting to. He's reacting to a clip of the performance, and this guy, all he got to do is talk about Drake. Someone said this uncultured nerd is trying to teach other uncultured nerd about our culture that he don't know shit about. Jay-Z has Akademiks weak. Act doesn't know hip hop. He made that up. Renegade, right? He made that up. I never heard the Renegade still. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I'm super hip hop, but I ain't never heard the Renegade stuff. Or the Drake. Not the way Lil Baby washed him on Who Wants and Needs. Getting Drake is losing a fight. Was there barbershop convos about who had the better verse on Renegade? Absolutely. But in all my years, never once have I ever even heard the term renegade. Yeah. I don't know what Ak is doing, bro. Ak, bro. Bro, ain't nobody saying that shit. If ninjas is saying anything, it ain't that. I'm the same age as these ninjas, and we know Jay got bodied by Marshall, but nobody says Renegade or Drake. Ah, man. What are you doing, Ak? What are you doing, Ak? What are you doing, Ak? Let me see what he's posting on. Let me see the Akademiks TV. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna check the Akademiks TV since he clips, the king of clips. Since I guess now he's reacting to this whole, to the performance, to the show. Has he said anything about the performances so far? Has he? I seen that he was live earlier today. No, he didn't react to it. Let me see if he has said anything about this. What? He's not live? Probably live on the Akademiks TV. Who is live? I guess you didn't talk about it. Did you guys see Akademiks chilling with freaking Daphne Joy? Honestly, I don't know what this is all about. Like, what is that all about, bro? Like, why? Like, what's the point of that? Like, platforming Daphne Joy.
Be obsessed with you, probably watch you a lot.
Also,
just, you know, filet mignon my whole, you know.
Honestly, I was going to watch it, but after the first 10 seconds, I was like, bro, what am I doing with my life? I was like, I ain't watching this, bro. I ain't watching this. I ain't not watching this. I'm not wasting not 1 second watching this. Okay, let's check it. Let's check this out, because I see this been going viral ever since I did this interview. Says here, TMZ sources deny Kaepernick's NFL non-disparagement clause in Jay-Z freestyle clash. So during his July 10, 12 Yankee Stadium run, celebrating 30 years of Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z rapped that Kaepernick signed a non-disparagement agreement as part of his confidential 2019 NFL collusion settlement, defending his own league partnership amid selling out accusation. TMZ sports source with direct knowledge pushed back, noting that no such clause existed and pointing to Kaepernick's continued social media posts criticizing the league like this is 2020 tally of days without employment. Neither Kaepernick, Jay-Z, Rock Nation has responded publicly, leaving the debate over the seal deal ongoing. Yo, why is this still news? Why is this still news? Like, yo, let's let me see if I can find a creator that can enlighten me. Because I still don't understand why this is all news. People are talking about, like, why does this matter? Okay, why does this matter? So for those who just got here, this guy was
embracing his blackness despite resistance from many, including his white adoptive parents.
I know my parents love me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
He took cues from his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson, who he said wore his blackness.
What are you trying to accomplish? What would you like this to be the end game for you?
No space, please. I mean, ultimately, it's to bring awareness and make people, realize what's really going on in this country. There are a lot of things that are going on that are unjust, people aren't being held accountable for, and that's something that needs to change. That's something that,
Put this guy's name in Jay-Z. Jehovah. Let's check out the diss.
They run out of characters, had to bring back up Cap again. Buddy took a check, I ain't even mad at him. But along with that check, got to sign a non-disparagement. I'm the one they can't control. Y'all better be glad as him. They run out of characters.
Same guy says he's never been friends with Diddy. Yite. J0 is nothing but a market-driven celebrity. There is no comparison between a sellout like you and Cap, who represent the best of human spirit. Why is this news, bro? Why is this news, bro? Why has Colin Kaepernick been so silent? Jay-Z freestyle sparks debate. Jay-Z addresses the Target boycott. I'm kind of fatigued with all of this Target, Jay-Z. Like, it is what it is, man. The man made a deal. He made a deal. He's dealing with Target. So what? He's dealing with Target. So what? So what? All right, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm kind of tired with all the Jay-Z, Rock Nation, DJ Akademiks. All right, if there's anything I should check out, let me know from now. Now I want to talk about this whole streamer university. Streamer you. Right? Okay. I didn't make it. I'm so sad. My life is gonna be over. Like, why didn't Kai Cenat pick me, bro? I'm joking. I did not apply. Grown man like me, I'm not applying for no streamer university. But Kai Cenat, okay. Let me pull back YouTube. Kai Cenat has invited a lot of OF girls, and a lot of people are mad about it. People are like, bro, why are you inviting those OF shorties? Last year, you were talking about like they can't get in. Even this year, a girl turned around and danced, and he was like, no, we don't condone that. And he was extremely mad. It seemed like it seemed like he was really trying to make it seem like, let's switch to Hello Yassine. My boy Hello Yassine made a video recently. We're gonna check out some of it. Make sure y'all subscribe to Hello Yassine.
Kai Cenat Streamer University has gotten a ton of controversy for the female streamers that were selected.
It's no hate to Aisha Sophie, but did the rules change for?
Yo, my bad, chat. Let me switch out the account here. I hate watching it with the white bar in the under here.
Kai Cenat Streamer University has gotten a ton of controversy for the female streamers that were selected.
It's no hate to Aisha Sophie, but did the rules change for Streamer U? I thought you couldn't be an OF girl and get into Streamer U. But bro picked like one of the biggest OF girls of all time to get into Streamer U. Bro,
that was kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Might as well let Sophie Rain in there too.
And this isn't just controversial because they're taking the place of genuine female streamers, but because it raises a much more serious question.
Every young children is idolizing Kai Cenat right now. They really look up to.
Who's that? Yo, who's that? Yo, shout out Yassine for putting me in the video twice. Shout out Yassine, man.
Kai Cenat is an adult, but most of his viewers are 10 years old.
And Kai is now accused of blatant hypocrisy based on this clip from last year.
Tell me why there are OnlyFans applying. Talking about how they stream. We're not talking about streaming on OnlyFans. You can't get in. You stream. I had to search that up. Can you live stream on OnlyFans? Why do you think you live stream on OnlyFans will make you come into Streamer University? Tacky, this is what I get. Appreciate it. Like, how does that even make sense? You feel me?
So Kai put his foot down and told OnlyFans creators they were not welcome at Streamer U. And the only people,
respectfully so,
he received backlash from seemed to be the OF models themselves. and the famous Bop House.
What is going on, everybody? I am gathered here today with my team to discuss recent talk on Streamer University. As you guys know, the infamous 5'2" streamer by the name of Kai Cenat is not allowing bops into the university. So me and the team have made an executive decision to start Bop University.
Our goal here with Bop University, as opposed to Streamer University, is to not discriminate against bops.
So this was last year when Kai Cenat had morals and he was not letting no OF girls part of his Streamer University because of the age, you know, the people that watch this guy, you know what I'm saying? He was probably trying to protect that or trying to keep in a certain level of respect or integrity of the Streamer University. So that was last year. Now this year, the girls, he invited the girls, man. I guess he didn't want to discriminate.
We want to create an inclusive environment and community for everyone to feel comfortable and safe. So, more information coming soon.
Streamer.
By the way, that's the girls from the Bop House. Yeah, they call themselves Bops.
University 2025 ended up becoming the launchpad for real female streamers like Yana J and Wendy Ortiz. India Love was another female streamer who benefited from Streamer U, and this is where the blanket ban on OF models gets complicated.
What has been like the most lucrative for you thus far? Would you say it's like music? Would it be like OnlyFans? Would it be streaming now?
I think OnlyFans was the most lucrative, but I stopped.
Oh, you
yeah,
off it
I
now?
stopped OnlyFans probably like the beginning of this year.
Why? If it was lucrative, you should have kept running it
It
up.
definitely was lucrative, but I felt like I just didn't like going into these bigger meetings and like once they hear the words OnlyFans, they kind of just turn the cheek or like they have a certain perspective about you. Even though my OnlyFans content was very tasteful, it was very artsy. I did it magazine style.
Very artsy. Very artsy, yo. It's like
Mostly. Like I was very into making it look art rather than raunchy. So it was like, it benefited me very well, but at the same time, I just am in a different phase in my life. I'm getting older, I have nephews and nieces. I really give a fuck about how they feel about me and what they see about me. And it just kind of like, just, you know, organically just was like, this doesn't feel right.
So Kai clearly extended some grace towards women who used to have OnlyFans or were not known exclusively for this content. And during the application process for Streamer U 2026, Kai seemed to maintain that to get into Streamer University, you needed to keep things PG.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, you got to correct. You shaking that?
See, this is what I'm talking about. So this is Kai Cenat denying someone in real life because they're turning around and dancing and twerking. But then he goes around and puts on couple OnlyFans models.
We don't condone that.
So it came as a huge surprise when he revealed this particular student.
All right, the next person for Streamer University 2026 is Aisha Sophie.
So Aisha Sophie, who you saw earlier happily representing the Bop House, got accepted, and this led to a huge backlash.
Sophie.
Hold on, is she from the Bop House or no?
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I have been seeing a lot of backlash for Kai Cenat saying that, like, for Kai Cenat revealing that she's in Streamer University. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen her stream before, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she streams every day and I just don't know. But I haven't seen her stream. But I didn't know she had, you know, the page.
It's like, yeah, no, this really got it, right? But it's like 7.9 million followers.
Come on, bro. Kai Cenat, bro. Come on, bro. There's certain OnlyFans model that he let in that I was like, okay, you know what? All right, okay? All right. There was one named Sierra. This girl actually makes content, and apparently on her OF, it's the same pictures she has on her Instagram. She just uses the OF to kind of scam people. And she just uses it as a second stream of income. That I can understand. She's not on OF sucking, and she's not on OF shaking. She's not on OF showing parts. She's just posting regular bikini pics. That I can understand. But now this one, Sophie?
Average is about 2,000 views on Twitch. And she was in the Bop House. I thought we were doing OnlyFans models. She don't need it.
And the Bop House in particular has recently garnered a bad reputation for sending out the wrong message to impressionable teenagers.
The one that pissed me off the most. Well, there's one that pissed me off the most. Let in a Bop House shorty. A girl who literally sells her body online for monetization. All her content is little dance ooh videos targeted at kids so they can buy her only. Let that girl into your streaming university? That's the one that threw me off.
The Bop House even had Piper Raquel, a girl that went viral for promoting her OnlyFans services at 17 years old. That's a Netflix documentary about her and the dark side of kidfluencer culture.
There was also a noticeable lack of...
Who's that? Yo, shout out Yassine, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to Yassine. Make sure y'all subscribe. All right? But yeah, can I say that, man? You should have done better, bro.
Of Hispanic streamers this year, so Aisha, who has Filipino and French Canadian roots, was also taking the place of what some people found to be genuine Latino streamers.
How did Aisha Sophie made this?
So I want to talk about the Latino community. Okay, shout out to the Latinos. I have a lot of Latino friends. Hola, mi amo Samuel. I just want to talk to you guys for a second. Not the ones that I know, the ones from the United States. Yo, Streamer University had way more than just a couple. Okay, it had enough. I'm not gonna say enough, but it had a couple. You guys are just using this to, like, I don't know what you guys trying to do, man. You guys trying to act like that didn't bring enough Latinos. You guys are saying you guys are gonna start your own Streamer University, bro. You know, there's a lot of Latinos over there, and you guys just don't open your eyes. Someone said, oh, there's only 2 Mexicans. That's cap. Someone said, oh, there's only 3 Latinos. That's cap. All right.
Selection. How did he select? I need Kai to go and explain why he selected Aisha out of anybody else that got left out. Like Savala, Amanda, Maru Lee, Nick, there's others as well that deserve that spot. I think Savala and Amanda deserve that spot. I think they deserve it for sure. And also Benji and Crystal, there are only 2 Hispanic representatives in this class. Like,
yeah. So this is the different Latinos that made it to Streamer University. All right. There's no Hispanics at Streamer University. I'm gonna make my own. So this is the Spanish people that was over there. Haxkel, Black and Mexican. Shout out to my boy here. Sky Jackson, Black Honduran. We have Little Chromas. Tiana Musra, Colombian. Kiara Saint, Haitian and Puerto Rican. Shout out to my Z. Shout out my Z's, bro. Next we have Crystal Izaguirre. Shout out my Mexicans. Benji Chavez. Shout out my boy Chavez. Then we have Runki TV, another one. Then Phantom, a Dominican boy. So you guys are saying, oh, there's no representation. Get out of here. Back to the video.
That's so odd, but okay, you can have an OnlyFans model in this selection as well. I thought you're banning OF models, Kai. Like, what's going on here?
And many people speculated on why Kai had a sudden change of heart. When Streamer University was filmed in 2025, Kai was in a relationship. Now he's a single man. So people put 2 and 2 together.
Everybody was expecting me to be called up. Everybody was expecting my name to be on that fucking board you had, Kai. But
you guys really thought? Honestly, I don't think it's that probably had a role to play in there, but I don't think. I feel like he was slowly starting to get cool with the OF bitches. To be honest,
truth is, it was all little bops. 70% of the people that you invited on there are my. And let me guess why? Because you're just single now. Now you're newly single. You got Tylil and Dez and your boys all up in there. Y'all just gonna be trying to bag all the. Y'all just gonna be the entire time over there, bro. Who the gave you your dean qualifications? Because last time I checked, deans are supposed to be helping students, not them. I know what the you got going on, and I'm gonna press your ass. I'm gonna press Ty Lil and I'm gonna press Dez whenever I see y'all around the females. Cause I know y'all up to no.
Wait, did Ty Lil? Let me see if Ty Lil. Did Ty Lil make it into the streamer you? Did Ty Lil make it? No, Ty Lil was not accepted. I was about to say. But to see if Tyler was there, yeah.
No good.
Kai didn't respond to any of this, but Aisha was more than willing to defend herself online.
I think that people think I don't deserve a spot, which isn't true. Because although it might just look like I'm a pretty girl that turned the camera on, I don't have to try, and I just post her pictures on Instagram, I have been doing social media for 6 years straight. I've been doing it
Bro, we don't care.
since high school. I've had to learn so much and adapt and change so much of my life and lie to my parents and my family and then have it all exposed on the internet. And that's just what this is, because it's what I signed up for. I no longer have, great privacy, and I don't feel safe sometimes, and that's okay. I have thick skin and I know how to defend myself, but these are things that people don't realize when they see just a girl online. You don't realize that I get mobbed when I'm outside, and it's scary to be alone. And
in an interview, she broke down what she does for OF, saying, OnlyFans is a broad platform with many types of content. One shoe does not fit all. There are people who make explicit content, and there are people who bake cookies and play video games. Despite popular belief, I fall between somewhere that allows me to branch out beyond a stereotypical OF creator. Due to that, my content wouldn't be out of place in something like a bikini magazine. Ever since getting on the OnlyFans platform, I've created strict boundaries that I've never crossed, despite many trying to persuade me otherwise, in hopes that I could branch off into a true content creator eventually. When asked why she thought she was selected for Streamer U, she said, I believe I was considered and chosen because after the...
Yo, what up, Todd? How you doing? 1012, how you doing? Oh, man, I feel like Kaisenat kind of fucked up with this one. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you guys think that Kaisenat messed up with this one? I feel like there's dozens of creators that could have, taken these girls' spots.
Their thorough background check, it was clear that I'm a good fit and don't fall into the traditional...
And also, there's a lot of misconception of this whole Streamer University. For example, a lot of people are saying that, Kaisen not only brought in girls. Okay, that's completely false. That's false accusations right there. They also said that Kaisen not only brought in streamers that have like 2,000 plus viewers. That's also false.
OF model stigma. Although I am one of the biggest OF creators, I'm also one of the safest in terms of content. But her Twitch statistics don't really present her as an up-and-coming streamer. You can see by the green bars that she's been streaming quite sparingly and only recently started streaming consistently.
What? She only streamed for... So from December 2021 to 2026, she only streamed for 100 hours. What? What the hell?
To put this into perspective, this is another streamer that didn't make it called Maru Lee and is clearly putting in a lot more work. And this wasn't an isolated problem either, and Kai soon revealed another name which raised a lot of eyebrows.
Next, we have Sierra Sprague.
Sierra Sprague is also an OF model and has explained in interviews the nature of content that she posts.
I do.
See, this girl, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, Kaisuna, why? But she kind of explains that, she don't really make, like, the content she posts on OF is like, it's like the same pictures you would get on Instagram. She's just finessing, she's just koaling the people, right?
You
have an OnlyFans, but I don't do OnlyFans like everybody else does OnlyFans. It's kind of a bad marketing technique to tell y'all this out, but I don't care. I'm really open with it. But I don't do news. I don't do tape. I don't suck on there. I don't do anything. I post worse stuff on Instagram than I post on OnlyFans. But it's just an extra little bag. Like my ex, he had the ex that slept with my best friend. He had actually told me to start it, and he's like, it's just an extra stream of income that you can make all this money, but you don't gotta sell your ass. You're already a public figure. People are gonna subscribe to you and buy your stuff regardless if you're naked, if you're having sex tapes or whatever the case may be. And it's like now I'm $200,000 richer, and I never showed nobody nothing worse than what I have on Instagram. And it's even though I probably shouldn't market myself like that because people's gonna be like, oh, you don't have no news. I'm not gonna.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think.
Despite having very similar content, Sienna received a lot less hate than Aisha, and this is probably because she's not associated with the Bop House, which is with Sophie Rain and one of the biggest brands in OF. She's also arguably a lot more entertaining as well, and she
actually puts in work in her content. Not gonna lie. Yo, going back, okay, I'm gonna take a break on the Stream University. Going back on the Charlamagne stuff, I just took it in. There's 2 different versions. Akademiks put out a 2 hours and 42-minute version, and Charlamagne has a 3-hour version. What is the difference between both? What is the difference between both? I feel like Act definitely took out more things than my boy here. Definitely.
actually use her OF experience to tell some interesting stories.
Nobody, I don't kiss nobody, I don't flirt with nobody, but you see I have OnlyFans, you automatically just assume that I'm a whole time. I'm literally finessing you and your dad because he's just subscribing to me, and your brother is probably subscribing to me and getting finessed because he just paid $10 to subscribe to me, and you could have seen that on Instagram.
Am I tripping, or did you say that like somebody from your past has subscribed to your OnlyFans?
A lot of people have subscribed.
Like somebody's dad or a teacher?
Shoot, I've had my ex's dad subscribe to me.
Wild. We don't want to hear that. I did want to show you guys this, all right? Going back to this whole Jay-Z stuff. Where is it? I just saw this and I was like, what the fuck? So it says here, Joe Budden gotta stop shadowboxing Charlamagne in his head. Every conversation doesn't need to become a Charlamagne versus Joe. That Netflix deal heavy on Joe's mental. So I'm not gonna play the clip. Actually, I'm gonna play 2 seconds.
You and Charlamagne?
Yeah.
3 minutes? It's a long time.
That's a long time.
All right, so did you watch the whole pod? He said he loves Charlamagne the God and he only plays on the joke because it's funny, but there's no real beef. And then I see this clip saying that Charlamagne says he wants to speak to Joe Budden. After we have a conversation, I think I'm gonna make the rounds. Let's
conversation.
Like back in the day, what I said about him. Though. I said people think Wale's corny. That was the conversation at the time.
Oh, I thought you called him corny. Okay,
I don't call these rappers corny because like
Wale, that's my guy.
Yeah,
Who's the Joe too? I'm not. Them not. Listen, that's another thing, and I hope for us to get from this conversation. After we have our conversation, I'm just gonna make the rounds. Not the rounds.
You should.
But like Joe, just really Joe, like. Because we don't, this shit is stupid. To me, when I sit back and I look at all of this shit that's been going on,
I'm
just
going
like,
to George.
Am I going to George? I don't give a fuck about George. That's your man. I don't have to deal with George. That's your guy. I don't give a fuck about that Vietnamese kid from Australia.
That's why I think things went.
George would never hear me mention his name.
I feel like Charlamagne needs to link up with George. I would want to see this. I would want to see this. I just came across this news. Okay, from now on, I'm just gonna go quickly to, you know what I'm saying. The stream is about to end. I just want to go through some things quickly before I leave. If there's anything you think I should check out, make sure y'all leave it in the comment section below. And while you're at it, make sure you leave a like And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the Mandem, subscribe to the GTV network. So it says here, e-scooter. Okay, there was a fire.
3 people were taken to hospital after a fire sparked by an e-scooter battery. Crews were called to a fire at a high-rise building on Lawrence. 3 people were taken to hospital after a fire sparked by an e-scooter battery. Crews were called to a fire at a high-rise building on Lawrence Avenue East yesterday morning. Toronto Fire Chief Jim Jessup posting these photos from the scene. You can see the extent of the damage to the unit.
That's all from an e-scooter, guys. I feel like we need regulations on these type of things, man. Like, these Chinese batteries, bro, they're not safe. They're not safe. Imagine the cars that's going to come in now. Imagine your lithium ion is dangerous.
Serious risk to residents and firefighters.
Okay, we need more information on this. It says 3 people were taken to the hospital following a lithium ion battery fire in Scarborough high rise involving an e-scooter on Sunday morning. Toronto Fire Services responded to a Toronto Community Housing Community. I said community twice. On Lawrence Avenue shortly after 7:30 a.m. or early morning too. When crews arrived, they reported a near zero visibility on the second floor due to heavy black smoke. See, that's the problem with these e-scooters with those big lithium ion batteries. When they burn, it's the chemical in them is so harsh that it's like it creates a heavy smoke. The 3 people sustained non-life-threatening injuries related to smoke inhalation. You just smoke battery juice, battery fumes. You're going to have something later on in life, I promise you. E-bikes battery fire spread rapidly, produced toxic smoke, and posed serious risk to residents and firefighters. Yo, as someone who's, I've done firefighting, this is just crazy still. We need more regulations on those specific stuff. I just hope that everyone is blessed and hopefully they don't have any complication from the smoke. Next, we have police ID victims in deadly salsa shooting.
Of any potential.
First thing first, I'd like to say rest in peace to the people who lost their life in that incident. Like, I know there's a lot of people trying to give a negative connotation to this. Guys, people lost their life. It's a very sad situation. It's a very sad thing, and we need to pay our respects. We need to wish the family, the friends, like I wish the family and friends, I give them my condolences. Rest in peace to people who lost their life.
This weekend, our officers responded to 3 shooting incidences. We are actively investigating all 3 incidences in an integrated manner while remaining mindful of any potential connections between them. We are leaving no stone unturned as we work to identify those responsible and bring them to justice. Today, I want to focus on the shooting that occurred at the Salsa on St. Clair Festival on Saturday night. Our investigators are still gathering information and reviewing evidence. Today, we're able to release the deceased names and advise that we believe they were targeted. We can also confirm that 2 firearms were recovered at the scene. This weekend,
let's check some of the comments here. Someone said, shame on these people who showed up at gatherings and uses a turf to fight their battles. It's hard to feel sorry for people who get shot at their own game. This is a negative comment. No. Do you guys recall the 2018 Toronto Pew Pew? So many similarities between the two, both happening in July on a popular street. I think it's just because it's a festival. What's wrong with these people? You guys are calculating the freaking rings he has. You guys are someone dead and you guys are looking at the rings he has on his fingers. Like, this is why sometimes I can't scroll Twitter, man. Like, someone died and you guys are checking out the rings on his finger. Like, what? Someone said it's so much ice. Wonder what he did for a living. Someone just died and that's what you're worried about. Shame on you. Alright, I'm gonna get off of this. I'm pissed off. I see people are talking about ticks in Canada. Yo, I hate ticks. I hate them, bro. One of my friends' dog had them, bro. Like, it's like a nasty thing. It's so, like, it was so hard to remove. So yeah, someone confirmed this. There's no such thing as getting draped. Glorilla gets a shout out from Jay-Z. Shout out, Glorilla. Torontonians react to the shooting.
The free festivals, it makes you think twice about going now.
I don't really feel safe to be around us, especially at night.
You hear about shootings, you think about the United States, rarely Canada.
It didn't even cross my mind it could happen around me.
Toronto is a big city. Danger comes with big city. You have to be careful where you go.
I think Toronto overall is not a dangerous place. I got back from central Mississippi, and it's much rougher down there.
100%, bro. Canada is a safe country in general.
Actually, I came here 7 years ago. Back then, I never had to worry about those things.
If you were to go to street festivals that are coming up in the summer, do you feel like you'll be more hesitant, or do you think you would go and you'd still feel safe?
I mean, I don't think this one happening has changed it, how I feel. For me,
I've lived in Toronto since 2003, and...
Okay, let me ask Gemini, when was the last time there was a shooting in a crowded spot in Toronto? Let's ask Gemini. When was the last time there was a crowded pew pew in Toronto? Okay, so they're talking about the sauce one, like before that. Okay. Before the incident at Salsa on St. Clair, Toronto has been fortunate to not have any major pew pew right inside a massive packed community street festival for quite a while. The closest major historical precedent for shooting in a massive crowded festival setting in the city includes the Toronto Carabana, July 30th, 2011, Danzig, 2012. Okay, there was a Danforth shooting in 2018. A lone shooter walked down a bustling commercial avenue on a busy summer night, randomly firing into crowded Oh, I did not hear about this one. The Danforth shooting. Music nightclub, exhibition ground in 2015. Actually, I feel like I should clip this. All right, so let me put this. So I asked Gemini, when was the last, like before this incident I saw on St. Clair, when was the last time there was a major pew pew inside a massive crowd or packed community street festival? And it says that hasn't happened in a while. It says, okay, 1, Toronto Carabana, July 30th, 2011. The last time a shooting occurred directly on a major million-viewer festival parade route was during the 2011 Carabana. Then there was the Danzig Street Block Party in 2012. And then there was other major public crowd shooting. There was the Danforth shooting, Greektown, in July 2nd, 2018. Music nightclub at Exhibition Grounds, August 4th, 2015. So these are the different events that, there's a pew pew inside a crowded space. If there's any that I miss, y'all let me know in the comment section below. All right, not gonna lie to you guys, this is the closing of this live stream. I just want to say thank you. Shout out to everyone who stayed up, who tapped in. It is 12:25 a.m. where I am. What time is it for where you all at? I want to give a big shout out to the Rock Boy Ninja. Shout out to Todd 1012. Shout out to El Matino 2731. Shout out to Bumbleclot. Shout out to Old Drunk Crow in the building. Shout out to the Steady Mobbing Podcast. Okay. Let me see if there's anything interesting. honestly, I think we went through everything. All right. I am out. I am out. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the GTV network. All right.